Welcome back, podcast listeners. This is the We Know Ball podcast. Today we are teaming up with Underdog Fantasy to bring you guys an amazing deal. If you go ahead and sign up using their mobile app or their website and you use code WKB when you sign up, they will give you a deposit match of up to $100. That is an amazing deal. So take advantage of it while you can. Sign up, use code WKB, and get on to some daily fantasy. Welcome back to the 11th episode of the We Know Ball podcast. Before we get into this episode, we want to talk to you guys about a giveaway we have going on Twitter right now. You can get a free NBA jersey of your choice. So just go to our tweet at WKB podcast _. If you retweet it, follow us on Twitter and subscribe to us on YouTube. You get a chance to win yourself a nice little NBA jersey. Today, the Suns beat the Kings in an overtime win, 127-124. They grinded this one out. It wasn't a bad game per se.
It was an
I don't
awful
think
game.
so.
What are you talking about?
I don't think
I
so.
hated every second of that game.
I don't think it was a bad game as far as we played terrible.
No, I didn't think we played bad. I just hated watching that game.
Yeah, it was hard to watch.
Yeah, it was so hard to watch. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but those close games are still like, at least they keep me watching. Like,
yeah, and I know Jay got hurt tonight, which sucks, but we didn't get an update tonight at the time we're recording this of what the injury is, how serious it is or anything, but he was on the bench having a jolly old time in the second half. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if we sit him till the playoffs though. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because Craig has been playing very well. He was still pretty good tonight. He was
terrible. Plus 12.
He was like mid. He didn't shoot well, but he had 10 rebounds, 2 steals.
Well, yeah, if we think about it, he's missed 4 shots in his last 3 games. So
yeah, so
huge hustle plays.
And he still had 10 rebounds.
Yeah, with how well Torrey Craig has been playing recently, I feel fairly comfortable resting Jay for the last 8 games, honestly. I think Cam Johnson might come back before the playoffs, maybe just for a few games. If he comes back at all, it'll be no more than 4 games, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, with the team you saw tonight, the players that played tonight, minus Jay, is probably just the team where. Oh, and I guess add campaign.
Take away Elfrid Payton, yeah.
And take away Elfrid, which, we'll get into this. We got to talk about why we've just been suddenly getting Elfrid minutes for no reason, especially tonight. So we're going to get into that now. No, because actually, I kind of lost my other train of thought. So yeah, we can talk about that now. Why? I got it. I understood it for the Bulls game. He gave us the reasoning, but I don't understand starting him today over Aaron Holiday. I don't get it.
When I was listening to the announcers or whatever while watching the game, they said that Monty said that prior to the playoffs, he wants Aaron Holiday to learn, he wants Aaron Holiday to see how the Suns play the game, from the outside instead of while he's since he's so new. I don't remember.
You just want to just throw him in the fire.
Yeah, he wants him to grasp how they're playing, how they play, how they run their defense sets and stuff like that. From an outside looking in, because I'm sure it's a lot harder to do it on the fly while you're playing.
Yeah.
Rather than, because he kind of did just get thrown in the fire.
Yeah, but he still played 23 minutes tonight. And Elfrid Payton played 18.
I think the biggest reason was for him to really get used to the bench, like coming off the bench in the beginning at least. Obviously, he played more minutes towards the end, but like getting really used to Landry Shamet, JaVale McGee, Torrey Craig. I think just to build their chemistry a little bit and just see how he would get more used to the bench.
That's smart. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Realistically, he's not going to play too many minutes with like Jay Crowder, Mikhail. Mikhail, I guess he plays the whole game basically, but like.
Yeah, so you're saying he started Alfred because of that, and just because Alfred's a kind of inconsequential guy who's not going to play in the playoffs anyway.
Just because everybody else in the starting lineup is like, they can hold their own, I guess. But like the bench, just because Aaron Holiday gonna be running all the bench point guard, shooting guard minutes with campaign. So that's my assumption.
Yeah. So that's a good Monty decision right there. But I think we should talk about a bad Monty decision and talk about the fact that Mikal Bridges played 50 minutes tonight.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. I don't think against the Kings, I don't think we're shooting for a win that hard.
Bro, we have like the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, and we have the Sixers, Warriors, and Grizzlies all like in our next 5 games. Mikal Bridges shouldn't see more than 35 minutes in any of them, dude.
Yeah,
maybe 40 if it's like a tight game and you're like really into it. But 50 is absurd. And I know we played overtime, but still, the next highest minutes in the game was it was actually Davion Mitchell. He played 46 minutes.
In the game.
No, I understand.
On the team, it was Book.
I understand that Mikal Bridges is like the Iron Man. He's played. He hasn't missed a game yet. All that stuff. But I just don't think it's worth it to risk it, especially when we're already clinching the 1 seed, clinching playoff spot. It's definitely not worth it to play.
Yeah, especially when he had a plus minus of 0.
Yeah.
Do you think it was because of all the foul trouble plays a bigger part into it? Because
speaking of, and we'll talk more about the refs, but an awful officiating night, and Mikal Bridges still only had 1 foul.
I think a big factor is that Jay Crowder got hurt, because I think usually Torrey Craig would replace Mikal, but then Torrey Craig had to replace Jay Crowder.
Then you just like to see Ish Wainwright take those minutes, because we can't have Mikal playing 50. I don't even love seeing Book play 37 minutes.
Yeah. I think everyone should be around 30 right now.
Yeah, it's just absurd. And I don't know why. I understand the whole
we do have 3 days off right now, so I think that
maybe that had something to do with
it. If we only had a day in between or 2 days in between, maybe it wouldn't have been so high, but we have the whole 3 days and they don't get that often. So I think
we want to push for the franchise record, get that out of the way. That's what I'm thinking.
So yeah, we mentioned this a little bit on a different episode, how I think, or I don't, maybe not, I might have said this to my parents or something, but I think the Suns are just banking on winning the next now 4 in a row.
Yeah.
So that they just get the franchise record and then they can just chill. Granted, there's no actual guarantee they win 4 straight, especially because those are against the Timberwolves, Nuggets on a back-to-back. And then
the Nuggets just got blown out by the Celtics tonight.
Yeah, but it's still Jokic, man. But I guess Ayton usually has great games against Jokic, so
yeah, we'll
see with the Nuggets. But that one is still the second night of a back-to-back.
I think we need to hope that they don't see that. I think they have to, if they go 6-1 in their next 7 road games, they have the best road record in a season of all time.
The Suns?
Yeah.
They have to win 6 of they only have
they have 7 left.
Road
so they have to go
left.
6-1.
Yeah.
If they go 6-1 in their next 7 road games, then.
And most of our games are for the rest of the season are road games.
Yeah, I think they're just pushing for any type of records they can get, because obviously it's a historically good team.
Oh, I might need to buy tickets to the Sixers game. That'd be fire. We have Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota and Denver, that back-to-back is both on the road.
Okay.
And
then we have at Golden State on March 30th, and then at Memphis on April 1st.
So it's gonna be a tough.
But yeah,
record to
after
beat.
that stretch, it's okay. It's OKC, Lakers, Clippers, Jazz. Actually, that's still pretty tough. So we'll see. And then we play the Kings one more time. Hooray. But yeah, I kind of forgot, like, how did we get into this conversation? I kind of forgot where we started at. Let's move on to, let's just move on. Let's talk about, we were talking about Mikal Bridges' minutes.
Yeah.
But we're kind of done. Let's talk about, did you guys like what you saw from DeAndre Ayton tonight?
Let me recap.
Do you know how many points he had?
I just looked now, so
Arian, do you know?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, how many points do you think he had?
Like 15?
You're pretty close. He had 12.
Okay.
12 and 10, but he shot 5 of 6.
Yeah, he just didn't take a lot of shots.
And he only played 27 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Why does Ayton not get minutes? I guess we're saying that they need less minutes right now, so I guess I can't complain.
Well, I think I think he hit a big thing with him. Foul trouble.
That too, yeah, true.
Because I think he had 4 at like.
Him and Book both had 4 going into the third quarter.
Yeah. So.
But it is a common theme though. Like he plays a good amount of minutes, but Monty rests him for like a really long period.
Just in general, yeah.
Yeah, he'll come out like early in the third quarter, and he won't come back to like the end of the fourth quarter, like the middle of the fourth quarter. It feels like he's out for a very long time.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I struggle to care about these games now, just because we're getting so close to the playoffs. But it's what's the word? I don't know. I just struggle to care about these games right now. So I can't, I like look at what happens in these games and I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially against the Kings.
Yeah.
Like the whole officiating thing, I did not care because if we lose.
Yeah, it was a big thing on Twitter how bad the refs were. Obviously they were really bad, but I just don't think it was like that big of a deal at this point.
Yeah, like I want that. My thing that I just want them to get is 60 wins. That's kind of all I want. I don't really want them to risk more injuries playing hard. Like I don't really care about the franchise win record. That I know they're really dedicated to being like the best Suns team ever, but winning
I think they already are.
Already does that, and they already are regardless.
Yeah, I just skill wise.
Yeah. You forget the wins. Like every other thing statistically, we're just the best. And if you just watch, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the 73-9 Warriors, they didn't win a championship. So that's why I'm all for just like kind of resting our guys. I like play the next 2 games and then be done. Even maybe play the Sixers game.
Yeah.
But
like I think the problem is we have so many injuries right now. Like we have Dario, Kaminsky, Chris Paul, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder might be out. Who like when you say rest, like how many minutes would you give them and who? Because then that means that some of our other rotation guys are going to have to play 35 plus minutes a night. And
yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, but you want to risk them getting injured when a lot of our rotational guys are already injured? Like I just don't know how we would do it. I think it would just have to be a lot more balanced.
Because right now, the way we're doing it, we're risking injuring more of our more important players.
I agree we should be playing
it's
40 plus.
If you're choosing between who you want to put the risk on. It
Yeah,
feels like an easy choice.
I agree. I just think
you let Wainwright, Biombo, Shamit, and Alfred Payton get a ton of minutes.
Pretty much make them just pretty much have the bench
get starter minutes,
and then, or maybe you have the starters start the game, but then they like don't play in the second half or something.
Yeah.
Just make
and then you just move it up, and then because I
still feel like we would win a lot of games doing that too.
Not with our remaining schedule, but in a full season, that's like a 45 win team to me.
The only two players I think you don't play that much off the bench is Cam Payne and Cam Johnson. I think everybody else you can let them get their minutes in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk a little bit about Devin Booker, who once again
is better than Zach LaVine.
Yeah. He had 31 points on 11 of 21 shooting, just like 55%. 2 of 5 from 3, that's 40%. 7 of 7 from the free throw line again. Had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal. He did foul out, but so did 2 other players. So I'm not worried about that. He really had a slow start to the game until like the third quarter, right? And that's when he went and started just hitting threes.
Yeah, he had 19 in the third quarter.
Yeah, he always picks a quarter to just drop 15 plus in.
Yeah.
And that's how you know, like, this dude could average like 30 if he wanted to.
Yeah. Like he's only
just
not
taking
doesn't. Shots.
Yeah. He's like, to me, I've never actually like listed it out, but I kind of want to right now. Like where he is in my top NBA players, like top 10.
Yeah, let's make a little list.
So, like, I have the certain players that I have, like, it's obvious that they're above books. And it's like, so Giannis, Jokic, I'm not even going to say Curry. Embiid,
no, he's having
LeBron,
a better season.
KD. I'm not going to count Kawhi. Do we want to say Luka?
No. Well, I mean, are we talking about just this season?
I guess, yeah.
No.
They're pretty close this year, honestly. I think Booker's having a better year, but Luka's having a very good year too.
Based on this season, I think Devin Booker is the 6th best player in the NBA.
I think he should be top 4 in MVP.
Hot take of the day.
That's a hot take?
That one, if I tweeted that Devin Booker is the 6th best player, sure.
Oh, okay. Right now. No, I thought you were I thought you were talking about top 4 in MVP was the hot take. I was gonna say I'm
talking about mine.
You should be top 1 in MVP.
No, but I mean him being top 4 in MVP is also low-key a hot take because nobody has him top 4 except us.
9th right now rankings.
Let's see.
Yeah, so
right now he's 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we discussed this last time. Everyone from 7 to 4 does not deserve to be over him. So it's Steph Curry / DeMar DeRozan at 7, 7 and 8, Jason Tatum, Luka, and
just
Ja.
outplayed DeMar, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but this was also on the 18th. So this was the morning of that Chicago game. So I'm sure in like
I just
think DeMar's still going to be above them when they release the next one.
I know we said it a lot, but that's one thing I understand is like for the past few years they reward winning, right? They reward like if you're the best player on the best team, you're automatically like
top 3,
right? But if you like Booker is putting up the stats on losing teams, they call it empty stats. Now he's putting up the same exact numbers, more efficient, on the best being the best player on the best team, and they're still not giving him any respect.
With a lot more scoring options.
Yeah,
it's harder to score when you have more scoring options.
I saw a tweet today that said Russell Westbrook's MVP season ruined the MVP award forever.
I agree.
because it rewarded. It was the first time that a player was rewarded for simply putting up big numbers and not for having a good team. And people say that OKC would have been like even worse without him, but that's not the point. That was never the point of the award before.
No.
They gave Curry MVP. They won 67 games and Curry got MVP when he averaged 23 points.
Yep.
So yeah, I can't even like, dude, it was such a dramatic like shift in the what's the word? Narrative.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of that, I have two different statistics to talk about. So when Chris Paul first got hurt during All-Star break, everyone was saying, will he be able to win without Chris Paul? And so the last 10 games without Chris Paul, Devin Booker is averaging 28 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists, which is really, really good. And I just don't even talking about it.
Dude, that's literally Curry numbers.
Yeah, it's honestly better.
It's better than Curry's numbers.
Doesn't Steph average
like 25, I think?
Well, not this season. I just mean like in general.
Yeah.
Curry, yeah, like his best season, the unanimous MVP, he averaged 37 and 5.
Yeah, so that's one like 2 more points, 1.5 more points than Devin Booker.
Granted, and I'm not going to compare this Devin Booker season to that Curry season because that was unreal and we'll never probably see it. He shot 50% overall that season and 45% from 3 that season, which is insane. He shot to shoot that on that high volume for an entire season is ridiculous.
Yep.
His MVP years, that was 2016-17?
Yeah.
Is that unanimous?
I think it was
15, it was 15-16.
Okay. So yeah, 30. Let's see.
The 14-15, he averaged like 23, 7, and 5.
His unanimous MVP season is literally Devin Booker stats with a little less assists, a little less rebounding, and 2 more points.
Yeah. But Steph's efficiency is like off the charts. So there's no comp. It's just the numbers are
put it in perspective.
But let's put defense in
MVP
perspective.
ratings. He's 9th, and he's putting up similar numbers.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous, bro.
Another thing I actually want to talk about was defense, because after doing some research today, I found out that Devin Booker is 61 games in, his lowest games played out of all the other seasons. He has a career high of 72 steals and 25 blocks this year.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the other games, he played almost every game other seasons, and then one season he played like 56, but he didn't get anywhere near this. His 72 steals and 25 blocks this year.
So that's crazy because 72 steals isn't not even like because I think it was Herb Jones when we played the Pelicans last week. He has 100 steals on the season.
Yeah.
I wonder how many Mikal has.
He doesn't average, or he doesn't like. He might have over 72, but I remember I was looking at steal leaders.
He's not even top 5.
No, I don't think so.
He averages 1.2 steals.
So he's probably at about like 80.
And he's played.
He has 85 steals this year, Mikal Bridges.
There you go. Mikal Bridges is one of the best defenders in the league and a defensive player of the year candidate, and he has 13 more steals than Book.
And not to mention
in so many more games.
Blocks. He only has 33 blocks, and Devin Booker has 25.
Yeah, and Mikal's played so many more games. This is not Mikal slander, by the way. This is not Mikal slander.
Chris Paul has 108 on the season at 58 games played.
That's insane.
We're just saying that Devin Booker is a good defender. We talked about it before, but he's very, very good.
Yeah, he's really good. He's if they don't accept it this year, they'll accept it next year. I'm really going to be upset if we have to wait until Chris Paul is gone for Book to get his respect.
I thought he would get it right now while Chris Paul's out, but I guess not.
Yeah, but it's not going to be. They're going to say it's not a big enough sample size.
Yeah, it's always something.
Yeah, it's always something.
Well, a little off topic, but I was talking about it before the pod. My tweet has more than blown up now on my standards.
Oh,
My
on
phone
your
is just going off.
That's good.
I'm not used to this. It's
Big
freaking me out a
flex.
little bit.
Yeah, you're gonna once you. Oh damn, you got like 250 likes now.
Yeah.
I'm
Literally
a,
right
I'm
before the
a,
pod, I said I'm like about at 100.
I'm a retweet
So
it.
Also, another thing, another stat I saw was that Devin Booker only has 147 turnovers this year, which is career low by like a good amount.
how
And he's
many
like smaller
how many
player.
turnovers?
147.
That's
Can
not bad.
you do
You
like
compare-
for reference, like who has the least turnovers
In the
Uh,
NBA or on the team?
in the league? Probably just based on minutes, like a minimum amount of minutes,
Wait
obviously.
1 second. Just put in perspective, Devin Booker had 207 turnovers last year. He has 60 less this year while playing more point guard minutes.
Yeah, dude, he's so good. Turnovers. 21, 22. Who's number one?
Russell Westbrook. He
Yeah,
has
it's
270.
Where you see total?
I'm on StatMuse. So if you look up most turnovers, let's look at least. But I don't, oh, that's annoying. I want to see like,
Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting.
he's basically not in the top 30 this year in turnovers. Devin Booker is, and he's, like I said, playing way more point guard minutes, which is, or I guess controlling the ball more.
okay, so well, Luca averages the most turnovers a game along with James Harden
Shocker.
at 4.5.
They're like the same player.
How many did you say Devin Booker has?
147.
Okay, so that's
Why don't you just look up Devin Booker's average?
no, I know. I was looking at where he ranks in the league.
Oh,
So
it's got to be like top 30.
he's the 40th exactly.
There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's really, really good.
I guess I'd have to see like who specifically is above him, but the long story short, Devin Booker is not so slowly turning into one of the best players in the NBA. Is basically what we're trying to say. Moving on, let's talk a little bit. Let's just talk about. We'll talk about Shamit and then we'll talk about the rest of the bench. But let's talk about Shamit first. Dude, what a
This
game.
is exactly what we wanted him. This is what
Yes, this is what we've been
we've
talking about.
expected the whole time.
Yes.
Yep.
This is what we've been like. We're always just like, just wait, maybe. And I'm going to actually look at his game log to just make sure it's actually been like consistent. Because I know there was a couple games there where we were like, oh, he's terrible again.
Specifically about this game, I loved how he was hitting timely shots. Like we're starting to lose momentum a little bit, or we're just a tie game. He'll just come down and hit like he'll hit a little catch and shoot three, turnaround three. Like it was good to see today.
So Landry Shamit has hit at least 2 threes in each of the last 4 games. And he hit 1 against the Lakers. And his 3-point percentage in the last 5 games, starting with tonight. Tonight he shot 55% from 3. Against the Bulls, he shot 50% from 3, 3 of 6. He shot 5 of 9 tonight. Against Houston, he shot 2 of 4. Against the Pelicans, he shot 40%, 2 of 5. And then against the Lakers, he was 1 of 2. So that's 5 games straight of shooting at least 40% from 3. Which, if he stays that hot And then we get Chris Paul back. We get Cam Johnson back. We get whoever else, everybody. We're decimated right now. But when we get healthy, imagine having Cam Johnson and this Landry Shamet both on the court shooting at the same time.
And especially
Off the
having Cam
bench.
open up the floor a lot more for Landry Shamet. Because right now they're crowding Landry Shamet because he's the only shooter, like only a knockdown shooter off the bench. You bring Cam Johnson back.
And
It op-
Campaign. Fuck it.
And
Campaign's been
Campaign, too.
lighting it out.
It
He's
opens up
been
the floor a lot
lighting it
more
out.
for Landry Shamet. And the thing is,
Dude.
he's not just shooting threes. He's driving. He's dunking. It's really cool to see.
It's so crazy because, and we keep mentioning this, but the Suns' second unit is like a play-in team on their own.
Yeah.
If they, granted, it would take them all like playing as well as they are currently, but that's like low-key a play-in team, just like sitting on our bench.
I've noticed a lot with Landry Shamet is he's a lot like Jay Crowder, where streaky, but if he can just see the ball go in a few times, if he just drives it in once or twice before he starts shooting, then he hits those shots that when he doesn't if he doesn't drive in or take a little midi before like starting to take those fadeaway threes, they actually start knocking down if he takes those. So I think it's just like a whole mental thing and that happens to Jay Crowder a lot too. You see, once he starts working in like the floater or driving in and then start shooting, those are the games where he makes 3 or 4 threes in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder was gonna have a game too tonight if he didn't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm so lying. He was terrible. I'm just kidding. I thought he was like 2 of 3, but he was not.
He made our first basket of the game. Our first basket after we were down 0-7, right? I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then he went out before halftime. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it was the second quarter. Because he played 22 minutes, so I don't know. It might have been third quarter.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I don't remember him playing in the third quarter.
He played 22 minutes. He had to have. He had to have played in the third quarter.
I want to see how many minutes he played then in the third quarter.
If I can just find look at the play-by-play, it's like.
I'll just I can go to the NBA.com and you can do box score by quarter.
Oh, right. You told me about that.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder had a turnover in the third quarter. He played in the third quarter.
He played 5 minutes, yeah.
There you go. So, yeah.
I did like Torrey Craig. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but I did like in overtime in the fourth quarter, his hustle.
Rebounding.
Really, really good. The rebounding too. There's a lot of plays too where they were about to get the ball, he just pokes it out and somebody else gets it, or a little he taps it to somebody, and he was hustling a lot, that's all we need from him.
We did end up out rebounding the Kings on the night for 50-42. We had 2 players get double-digit rebounds in Ayton and Craig. JaVale had 7. Book had 7. Aaron Holiday had 5. So very good rebounding night.
I saw a stat. He's shooting 50% from 3 since joining the Suns.
I think
he's 100% tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the floaters and stuff and the middies don't always fall. He's very inconsistent. But like you just said, if he's shooting 50% from 3, I can't complain.
Yeah. And back to Torrey Craig, I think that's going to end up being one of the most best signings that we make this season because of our rebounding. Or sorry, one of the best trade pieces we got. That rebounding is going to help us so much in the playoffs because we saw it last year, how bad we would get out rebounded.
What does it say about the Suns, though, that Torrey Craig just came in and is now 10 boards a game? Like, but yeah, you're right. We
Trash man.
didn't see it at first because he was missing three. He was just chucking threes and not really doing anything. But now he's really started to pick it up.
Yeah.
And that rebound, yeah, I mean, you said it, man. Like that extra bit of rebounding is gonna just be huge.
And same with, because I remember last year we would have, especially in the playoffs, there was a few games where we had some pretty bad foul trouble. And Bismack it's so good that we have him available whenever, because if there's ever a game where JaVale and DA have that foul trouble, I am not, well, yeah, but I'm still not worried about Biyombo. I trust him enough.
I'd be worried about Biyombo having to play against a Jokic or Embiid or like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jokic and Embiid are any all-star center. That's just, they're gonna get theirs no matter who they're going up against.
I know, but like,
how tough can you make it for him?
Yeah. So, but I think the thing is at that point, maybe you put Torrey Craig on one of them. And because you saw tonight, Bismack low-key locked up Davion Mitchell towards the end of the game.
I don't remember that. I'm not gonna lie.
Davion Mitchell was on the perimeter, kind of by corner 3, and he was just trying to cross up Biyombo, and Biyombo was stuck on him like glue and ended up blocking his shot after he tried to take a jump shot.
Actually, really, really good hands for a center. Like,
yeah, and good.
When guards are trying to cross him up, he always sticks his hand in there.
Yeah,
and they're not able to cross him up.
Yeah, my biggest concern is that he's 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's built like he's fucking a truck.
He's built like a tank, but that height, especially against Jokic, is gonna. I just don't want to see.
Well, do you think his perimeter D is gonna make up for it though? Because what center
no.
has like, I'm not saying he's the best perimeter defensive center in the league, but I think centers that can play defense on the perimeter are gonna give Jokic more of a problem than someone like Rudy Gobert.
I don't think it's gonna make a difference because they're just not gonna run sets on the perimeter for Jokic. They're just gonna post him up.
He's gonna do his little hook shot that he always does. It's just not. Yeah. You can't guard it.
Also, and Biyombo being sick. I mean, it's already like super hard to guard because he's just good. But with 6'8" Biyombo, like I don't like it.
Also, Keldon Johnson has hit a game winner on the Warriors. So
really, on the Warriors?
Yeah,
who did?
Warriors. Keldon Johnson.
Let's go. Wait, how much did they win by?
They won by 2.
Let's go. I bet this 1.5 spread on them. Let's fucking go.
Keldon.
Thank God.
Wow, they lost to the Spurs.
Curry
it was a layup.
Curry did not play.
Hold on. It was on they missed a free throw and got the rebound.
Yeah, make the tweet.
Laid it in.
You guys say Keldon Johnson in the Spurs.
No, because I don't know if I want to because Curry's not playing anymore.
Yeah, Curry.
So I just don't. I think I'm going to put it on hold until the playoffs.
Kick their ass in the playoffs.
Whoever does. It doesn't even have to be us.
Yeah, back to the game, though. One thing I really didn't like to see was when DeAndre Ayton was boxing out. He was boxing out whoever needed to box out. And there was no Suns player in the area to go grab the rebound because they expected him to just grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Which he was left to box out 2 people at once at sometimes, which is like, you can't ask of that from him. Which is why Torrey Craig helped a lot because he would fly in there and grab the rebound when Ayton is boxing somebody out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very, very solid game. He didn't score a lot, but sometimes that's okay.
Yep.
And like I said,
slashing a lot.
Yeah, and like I said, I think I speak for all of us when I say we just don't really care about these games anymore.
No, I'm just using these games now to see who's like out of all the role players, who's getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, like who's ready? We gotta trim down the rotation.
We've seen Landry Shamet ramp it up.
Oh my God.
Torrey Craig's
So the Lakers are now 10th in the Western Conference, so they're the last seed in the play-in. With Timberwolves winning or the Nuggets losing, I'm sorry, they are now 7th in the play-in.
Whoa.
So Lakers would have to go
But the
against
Timberwolves
the
are in.
They're tied with the Nuggets right now, but
they have the
Timberwolves are hot.
Wait, can we talk about this for a second? Because I want to see if there's a chance the Spurs knock out the Lakers.
They're only 2.5 games behind, so easily.
I know. Spurs schedule.
The Lakers have the number 1 hardest strength of schedule remaining, by the way.
Yep, and the Spurs have such an easy. Oh my God, it's so easy.
They play the Blazers 3 times.
They play Blazers 3 times, Nuggets, Pelicans, or I'm sorry, Rockets, Pelicans.
Nuggets.
They end up playing the Spurs or the Timberwolves.
They play the Timberwolves, Warriors, Mavericks, and then the Lakers have
the Cavs, Sixers, Mavericks, Jazz,
Pelicans, Nuggets, Suns, Warriors, Thunder, Nuggets.
Oh my God, dude. There's a big chance the Lakers don't make the playoffs.
Dude, tweet. It's a tweet.
And the big thing I noticed is that all the teams that they're versing, like the better teams that they're versing, are all still fighting for their spots. Unlike the Suns, they're still fighting. So like, it's not like they're gonna be resting anybody. They're gonna be playing full strength against the Lakers, that's not good news for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very happy if the Lakers miss the play-in. The LeBron, when the play-in was created, he said whoever invented that shit needs to get fired, and now he's not even making the play-in.
It's a win-win for me either way. Either they get kicked out or we get to beat them in the first round.
Yeah, he's lucky there's a play-in right now, because if there wasn't a play-in, there's zero possible way.
Yeah, he'd be done for. That's the only reason. The play-in is the only reason the Lakers are relevant.
Right now they're either playing the Nuggets or the Clippers as of right now, and
those are 2 L's.
Because Paul George is probably coming back.
Even if he doesn't, the Clippers.
Even if he doesn't, like the Clippers are.
Have you seen Reggie Jackson against the Lakers? He turns into Michael Jordan.
Jeez, that's so funny.
The big thing about the Lakers, though, is obviously their roster construction is awful. Even though Westbrook is playing a little bit better now, they just have nobody on the floor that's like remotely good other than those two.
I wanna know. I want to see that LeBron tweet.
Frank Vogel.
About firing the guy who.
No, about keep talking about how old my squad is.
Oh yeah.
The thing that's so funny about the Lakers is that like yesterday's game, they were like tied the whole time. They were close. They were in the lead, and then the fourth quarter, Kristaps Porzingis started going crazy because they had I think they had like Carmelo Anthony guarding him or something. Or like THT was guarding Kristaps Porzingis, which is why like if we have to play that, I think DeAndre is gonna have like the series of his life.
Yeah. Did you guys see the tweet from I forget what account it was, but it was like if the Lakers see the Suns with the healthy Anthony Davis,
I saw that.
That series will be more competitive than people think. Like, bro. Like really?
Who's guarding Devin Booker? Who's guarding Chris?
Yeah. Who's guarding anybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, are you gonna put LeBron on Booker? What? Like, LeBron's not even a good defender.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
We have some big bodies to throw at LeBron and AD.
Yeah. Nah, dude. The Lakers have no shot for anything. They're done.
Yeah.
LeBron's gone after this season too.
Have you guys seen that tweet about him coming to the Suns?
Yeah, I saw a tweet about the Sixers or the Suns to win a championship.
Who said that?
I don't remember. It was
Charles Oakley.
Charles Oakley, yeah.
Oh yeah. Who are you guys trading for LeBron?
I mean, if he's playing at this rate,
CP 100%. I would do that in a heartbeat.
He's playing at this rate, bro.
You're gonna have to do more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon, make the title. Sorry, make the title of this podcast Suns trade for LeBron.
Gotta clickbait him.
I would not mind trading anybody. It's gonna be a little controversial, but other than Booker and Ayton
You trade? I don't know if I'd trade Mikal for LeBron, bro.
No,
and
look,
McHale.
you
I wouldn't
don't
mind
have to.
trading Cam Johnson.
You don't have to give up as much as you guys think. I think.
I mean, no,
You gotta match the contracts at least.
Yeah, CP,
But even
CP
that-
and LeBron are probably already close to being matched.
Yeah,
You probably just have to trade
look at the
probably like money wise. I think Chris Paul and like Dario and
Right.
maybe like Shamit probably gets it done.
And
money
you gotta
wise.
think. You gotta think like. No, I bet Chris Paul and Shamit alone get it done. But Dario, you can just fucking throw him in there. But with
Yeah,
LeBron
yeah.
asking for a trade, his value automatically goes down.
He didn't ask for a trade.
If he goes to the Lakers are not trading LeBron regardless, and they wouldn't trade him to a Western Conference team.
They wouldn't trade him to the Suns.
Right.
You also
So
have
if
to
he
think about
requests a trade to the
the
Philly
rate-
or the Suns, his
the
value.
rate
goes
at
up.
which LeBron is playing right now. He's the scoring leader, and he's going crazy.
Okay, it's empty stats.
He can play point.
His
He's our point
value
guard.
is still very high because at this rate, it looks like he's not slowing down for a minute.
He'll be on the
I mean,
Suns when he
all I'm
breaks the
gonna
all-time
say-
scoring record.
All I'm gonna say is if the Suns make a blockbuster trade for LeBron James this offseason, I will have to delete a lot of tweets.
I'm a LeBron fan, so
I am not.
Let's go.
Nope. We're not getting into this.
The best player of all time. You drop LeBron in Michael Jordan's era, and he's averaging 50.
Oh my god.
He is. You put what even is prime LeBron? He's been in his prime. There has been no prime.
Prime LeBron
Yeah.
is it's not right now. I can tell you that.
Why?
much.
But he can shoot now.
Because he doesn't play defense.
Okay.
One trade I would like.
And he's
LeBron.
been similar. on
Devin Booker doesn't
offensiveness
play
in his-
defense.
Yes, he. Brandon, I almost lost my mind.
I had to say.
One
it.
trade I want to do is
had
I've
to.
seen on Twitter a little bit. Me and Keith talked about it a little bit. Jason Tatum to the Suns.
Yes, please.
Whenever his
Oh, dude,
contract
I'd
is up,
cry.
whenever
Oh my
you
god.
for him.
Oh my
But-
god, dude. If you put Devin Booker and Jason Tatum together, they are running the league.
Yeah,
It's over.
that's a trade where I would not mind throwing McHale in there.
Dude. Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, guys. I love Mikal. I love him so much. But Jason Tatum is Jason Tatum.
That guy.
Yeah, he's
hold
that
on.
guy.
Let's construct a trade and see if they would.
I'll pull up
Do
the
it.
trade machine.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to do.
For
Because you gotta
Jason,
make money work. Yeah, for Jason Tatum.
McHale Bridges.
Add one team, Boston, add team 2, Phoenix. All right. They give us Tatum and we give them Mikal. We'd have to give them more money somewhere.
Yeah.
Shamit.
Like a
Shamit would
big-
100% get in.
We'd have to get Shamit. We'd have to give Dario.
But we also have to make it worth their while. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind throwing a campaign either. Not gonna
No,
lie.
we have to throw in either Dario or campaign for the money to see. Even Dario, Mikal, and Shamit, the money still
They
doesn't
would,
work.
love, they would love campaign too because they don't have a real point guard like that.
So for the money to work, we'd have to give them Dario, campaign, Mikal Bridges, and Landry Shamit. And honestly, guys, I don't know that I'd say no to that.
Dude, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Dude,
Yeah.
because if you think about it, Shamit is fairly easy to replace. Dario doesn't play for us anyway. Campaign, he's great, but he's a backup point guard. And we have, hopefully, Aaron Holiday can be better. And then Mikal is just like that quality player that you have to give up, unfortunately.
But you get Jason
I know the Celtics.
Tatum.
But
The
you get
Celtics,
Jason Tatum.
Uh,
I would do disgusting things for Jason Tatum to be in a Suns jersey.
I was saying I know the Celtics are on a roll right now. They're playing very, very well. But if you think about the 4 players we're giving up, they would not. They would fit perfectly on their team.
On the Celtics?
Yeah, they need a point guard campaign. Dario, they could use a power forward.
Oh my
after
god, they're already the #1 defense in the league. Adding Mikel. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, they're
And they
still gonna have
can-
Jaylen Brown too.
Yeah, I don't think they would say no to that trade either. Obviously,
We
can't
have to
speak-
probably add picks though. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
Oh
lie.
yeah, we're adding 4 or 5 picks. We're not having
But
picks until
I'll give them all of our first round picks because if we team up Booker and Tatum, we're never losing. We're winning every championship while they're both on the same team. I'm
they're
sorry.
both gonna enter their prime at the exact same time. Maybe
Literally.
Tatum will be a little bit. Actually, no, about the same. Yeah.
Dude, please. I just wish we had gotten a little bit luckier in the lottery in 2017. If we had gotten that third pick, oh my God,
Yeah.
we'd be disgusting.
there's
That-
been
that's
that's something that irks me. I never will ever not think about is all the different players we passed
we
up
passed.
on
Yeah.
in
Oh
drafts.
yeah.
We could
Well,
have had
not
Jamal
that
Murray
not that we like Pat. Okay. Oh, you just mean like
in the
in the
draft.
whole draft.
Yeah, like we picked. Who did we pick that draft?
Josh
What
Jackson.
draft was that? Was that
2017, we took Josh
2017?
Jackson. Yeah. And then 2018, we took Marquise Chris and Dragon Bender, I think. Oh no, 2018 we took my bad. That was 2016. 2018 we took Aiden and Mikhail. 2016 we took Bender and Chris, and then 2017 we took Josh Jackson.
Yeah, so
Yeah, 2017 we took Josh Jackson over
26
De'Aaron Fox. What's up?
2016 we took Dragon Bender at number
Marcus
4
Chris.
over Jamal Murray.
We missed,
20,
we missed 2 lottery picks in that same draft.
And then 2017 we also passed up on Donovan Mitchell. Screw De'Aaron Fox.
We missed De'Aaron Fox, Jonathan Isaac,
Giannis.
Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo, Jared Allen.
Speaking of
That's pretty
Jonathan,
much it. Josh Hart, I guess. Kuzma.
get me Jonathan Isaac on the Suns when he's healthy.
That would be insane too. I'd love that.
Because I think who was talking about it? Brandon from Twitter. He was saying that we can throw Jonathan Isaac at the 4 and let him run like a free safety, because he can cover a lot of ground. He's like one of the best defenders in the NBA.
Is he a good shooter?
Yeah, yeah, it's not bad, but his defense is just insane. Him and Aiden together, with Mikhail Booker and whoever's.
Oh
running.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Get him for so
Imagine-
cheap.
dude.
We could get him for so
Aiden-
cheap.
Aiton, Jonathan Isaac, and Mikal, and Chris Paul.
And Devin Booker too.
Dude, we would not have to give up that much for him because
Oh,
how
he-
much he's
his
been
value-
injured.
His value is pretty low right now. That's why I was like, and the idea of him running like a free safety, just covering all the ground, while Aiden Aiden covers the center. That's a great idea.
All right, we're gonna build a Jonathan Isaac trade.
His
Dario.
contract's not big either, is it?
What?
His contract isn't even too big, is it?
It's
17.
17 for 4 years. So no.
Yeah. That's we can afford it too, man.
Yeah, I would literally give up Dario. And then we'd have to make up 9 mil.
I say we throw in Craig.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well,
that
if we
still
do this
doesn't work.
next year, if we give up Dario and Shamit, which I think they would probably do, and give them like 2 picks, perfect. Because Shamit's making 10 mil next year.
Oh yeah, after his extension kicks in.
Yeah, so
Oh, so that goes for the Tatum trade too.
yep.
But I guess probably those 4 players still just need to be in it.
So the last time Jonathan Isaac played, he averaged 2 blocks, 2 steals. He
Oh my gosh.
shot 34% from 3 on 3 attempts, and then he shot 47% on 10 attempts. That's incredible in 34 games, which is not a huge sample size, but
Yeah.
still really good.
Yeah, he's another who was the person on Twitter who was like begging for the Suns to get Terrence Ross?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I would have liked that too.
I would have liked Terrence Ross. I wasn't begging for it, but I did mention it.
I
to
know
get-
there's I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not gonna try to, but the guy that likes Kuzma.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's say I would have rather had Terrence Ross over Eric Gordon. I'll say that right now.
Really? I don't know.
Cheaper, and there's not that big of a skill gap.
Things Gordon is more consistent.
Yeah, and honestly, at the time, I mean, isn't Terrence Ross kind of is he a 2 or is he a 3?
He's a 2, but he could probably play 1 if he really wanted. He is not that bad of a ball handler.
He would be our Jordan Clarkson off the bench.
Yeah, literally. That's
Oh, okay.
a cheaper Jordan Clarkson because he can drop 20 and a quarter.
The thing is that
you have a night off the bench.
He's not as consistent as Jordan Clarkson, obviously. But yeah, I wouldn't mind if this price is probably very cheap.
Yeah, literally, he's 12.5 mil. Eric Gordon is almost 19.
Yeah.
Do you guys still wish we had traded for Eric Gordon?
It doesn't really bother me. We're like even before I wasn't like super big on the train of get Eric Gordon. I would have really liked it, but like I was still like I told you guys before, like Shamet needed to just get comfortable in his role, and we know he can do it. So I wanted to ride the Shamet trade a little longer.
I was pretty big on the trade. I wouldn't say I would like regret it or feel bad or anything, just because we did get Aaron Holiday, we got Torrey Craig, and Landry Shamet stepping up. So our bench is very, very good. We don't really necessarily need him.
Yeah, Shamet starting to step up again definitely makes you feel a little differently. Because I mean, 2 weeks ago I would have been like, damn, I really wish we traded for Eric Gordon. But with how Shamet's playing now, he's essentially just doing kind of what Eric Gordon would do, is like he's just doing it. So we're fine. And he's cheaper. So as long as he just keeps it up, we're gonna be fine. It's just we haven't really seen the consistency quite yet. I want to see a few more good games in this stretch.
Yeah.
I agree.
So yeah. What else? Do we want to talk about the refs at all?
That it was the worst officiating I've watched with my own two eyes in a game.
Was before. Pretty bad.
They missed like 3 travels, like 2 offensive fouls. It was so bad.
I think it's obviously it was very, very bad, but I think it was good that it did happen in the regular season, just so our players would know. We know they can step up and adapt to it if they need, like, if Booker fouls out, Eaton fouls out, JaVale fouls out. If there's bad refs, how they will deal with it. I don't think it's too bad of a. We can look at it in a positive way, I guess.
Something I do want to call out is the fact that after Booker had fouled out, it was Shamet that hit technically the game winner.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very big. I think that's super important to his confidence, especially. Because now he's like, right now he's coming off of probably one of his better games of the season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Arguably his best.
Yeah. Looks very, very comfortable compared to before. It looked like he was thinking a little too much before. I guess like hesitant a little bit. He's just letting it fly now, and it's going in. So
like he's not thinking about it. He's just chugging it.
That's why like the complaints we had on Twitter was that he was playing too fast for his own good. But I guess that's his play style. Like, like how JJ Redick used to play, just run and shoot, run and shoot, run and shoot. Yeah. That is how he plays. And if it's going in, then his confidence is gonna keep going up. So.
And that kind of scared me at the end of the game when I think there was like a minute left. We were maybe down 1 or 2, and he just rushed to 3.
Yeah.
And then he got that inbound pass. He was wide open, and he splashed it, so he made up for it. But it scared me a little bit after he took that first one.
It's good to know his misses are not in his head.
Yeah, for sure. That pretty much covers the game. I do want to kind of preview our next game really quick. It is on Wednesday at Minnesota. They are like fully healthy. I think they're only missing Jaden McDaniels. And then, I mean, you guys know who we're all missing. So you never know with the Suns, but don't be surprised if this is one that they drop, is all I'm going to say, because of the injuries on our side.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Aiton versus Cat.
Yeah, because Aiden always has those games against big centers where he just likes to go off.
And
those are usually his better games.
Yeah, Cat's been going crazy recently. We all know he dropped 60 and then 30 and 30, whatever. We'll see how Aiden responds to that. And then obviously they have their big three, D'Lo and Anthony Edwards.
Which Anthony Edwards will be playing, I think, this time.
Yeah, and then Patrick Beverly versus Devin Booker.
Of course.
Keep him away from Patrick Beverly. Yeah, it's not much to talk about, really. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
It should be a good game. Is there anything you guys wanted to cover before we wrap it up?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, before we wrap it up, I do want to remind the listeners about the giveaway we are doing on Twitter right now. We are going to be giving away a free NBA jersey of your choice. All you have to do is go to our Twitter account at WKBpodcast_. Follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, and retweet our pinned tweet. And once we reach our goals, we will be selecting one random winner for a completely free NBA jersey of your choice. So make sure you go follow us on Twitter. While you're there, you can find me on Twitter at Mikkel Bridge. You can find Aryan on Twitter. What's your at, Aryan?
Aryan S19.
Brandon
is at Brandon ADIER.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to the We Know Ball podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.